We
Mm-hmm.
actually alluded to this before. You spoke a little bit about it, but can you go more in depth? In Revelation 20, verse 3, it speaks of the devil being cast into a bottomless pit and seals set upon him. Is this a literal event?
They are not literal events. Now, his confinement is literal because he cannot leave the earth. Actually, during the flood, he could not leave the earth either, LY tells us, and he thought he would drown. He was very terrified during the flood. He thought he would drown, which means the spirit can be destroyed. In the 1,000 years, he is on the earth with the evil angels whom he has used to cause so much trouble for 6,000 years. That is literal. There are no literal chains, as we read in 2 Peter 2, verse 4. Reserved unto judgment, they put into ever chains of darkness. There are no literal chains, but there are circumstances that he cannot get out of because the word of God has said he will be in that circumstance. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4, reserved unto judgment. In Jude, which has one chapter, verse 6, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he has reserved in darkness, chains of darkness unto the judgment. Now, confinement is real, chains are symbolic, because Revelation is largely a symbolic book. The bottomless pit, a symbolic expression, it simply means a devastated place. And as I said, if you read Jeremiah 24, chapter 4, verse 26, all the cities are broken down. That's what he's saying at the coming of Christ. This is where the death will be restricted. That is why it is called the bottomless pit. And in the Greek translation of the Old Testament called the Septuagint, it translates Genesis 1:1, Genesis 1:2, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The Greek word there for deep is abyssos, which is the same word for bottomless pit in Revelation chapter 20, 1-3. So his confinement is literal, but the chains are not. But he cannot leave the earth. He has 1,000 years to reflect on all the trouble he has caused and instigated.
Thank you for that. So the chains and bottomless pit are not literal. And
they're not literal, they're symbolic expressions, yes.
Symbolic expression. I think he needs more than 1,000 years to think about what he's done.
That's right. Sometimes when we talk, we say, well, that man is tied to his wife. Now, he is not literally tied, but he's so close to her. And so Satan will be tied to the earth. He'll be chained to the earth because he cannot escape it.
Yes, thank you for that.